Great. My name is Jamie. I'm a co-founder and the CEO at Rare Earth Global. We are an award-winning climate tech company tackling carbon emissions as well as food security by providing a sustainable protein. So we've done this by accomplishing a world first. We've produced a protein formula from the seeds of the industrial hemp crop that has been optimized for use within aquafeed or fish farms. Now, for those of you that are perhaps unaware about how large this sector is, the fish farming sector has been the fastest growing food production system now for many, many decades, and is due to continue enjoying an annual compound growth rate of just over 10% a year, certainly up to 2030, which is obviously fantastic news for the aquaculture sector, save for the fact they're under considerable pressure from shareholders, from customers, as well as from the financial institutions that support their growth to reduce their greenhouse gas emissions. Now, the majority of those greenhouse gas emissions do come from the ingredients they use to feed their fish, notably soy, which is obviously strongly linked with deforestation. So they're very keen to make a change. This presents a huge opportunity for companies like Rare Earth Global. Soy within animal feed is a huge market, multi-billion-dollar market, and about 5% of that market goes towards aquaculture today. There have been plenty of alternative proteins that have come up, insect proteins, single-cell proteins, algae proteins, but the reality is that all of these options face significant challenges, from regulatory hurdles that impede their ability to be sold, price parity, huge capital expenditure on setting up that infrastructure. And we avoid all of those by adopting hemp protein, because we're able to repurpose and twig existing machinery to produce our product. We have a zero waste approach to operations that allows us to utilize all of the sort of revenue streams, including the residual material from our cultivation that goes into the construction sector. But most importantly, our customers enjoy a minimum of a 41% carbon emissions improvement by using industrial hemp. So a little bit about the team. I'm obviously the CEO. I'm the team builder. I have a background in building teams, particularly within law firms. I've been responsible for sourcing demand for hundreds of thousands of tons of industrial hemp products. One of my co-founders is Sunit, who's the CTO. He's also the author of the world-leading research paper on the use of aquafeed or hemp within aquafeed, and he's often a guest speaker at numerous places, University of Cambridge recently. And Stephen Wong has got a corporate finance background and built first of its kind operating model for this demand-driven supply chain that we're establishing. He's also run other food companies, and we're supported and have assembled the only team in the world with an understanding and grasp of the full production cycle of both hemp as well as aquafeed. So it was just over a year ago that we completed our feasibility study comparing hemp protein with soy protein, and the outcomes were fantastic, just as good as a protein, slightly more bioavailable. This was published across 28 different publications, including the Sunday Times, and culminated in us winning an award at the Global Aquaculture Awards 2023, just a few months ago in Scotland. We've subsequently been awarded a grant from CFAS, which is a UK government agency, to conduct a commercial pilot, and have begun to engage with various customers. In fact, the largest salmon producer in the world has given us funding towards our commercial pilot. And we've also diversified our client base. So we have other salmon producers that would be equivalent to about $50 million worth of annual recurring revenue. And we've also started working with various trout farms and shrimp farms around the world who want to be involved in our commercial pilot. I want to understand, just how useful this hemp protein might be for their ingredients as well. So where we are today as a business is that we're actually, we're raising our first external funding round. We've been super fortunate in terms of securing traction with customers. Most of those are LOIs that we're sort of converting into contracts. We're not going to go with the biggest customers to start. We're going to start servicing the smaller customers. But the $1.9 million will give us, runway for the next 24 months to expand that commercial pilot to include other aquatic animals, begin selling product to some of these customers, collect sufficient data, which we've been doing for the last 3 years, in order to scale predictably. So that includes collecting data from our partners around the world who are keen to work with us and franchise our model, secure additional patents on our hemp products. We've already put the application in for our hemp protein, but there are other products on the construction side in particular. We can also unlock carbon credits as a co-benefit. We have 22 tons of CO2 removed per hectare for industrial hemp cultivation. That's better than afforestation. So quite a compelling proposition.